Good morning, welcome to Garden Friends. I'm Andrea here in Tampa, Florida. It's the end of March, and I'm looking at my spiderwort. Now, this is something that we would typically treat as just a weed. It grows in lawns, it grows all over the place here in Florida, and people just mow it down. Or it's in a wild kind of spot and you ignore it and you don't appreciate it until you go to a botanical garden across the country and you see that they've got a whole bunch of these things growing. They have little signs that say spiderwort, and they treat it like a legitimate, perennial flower. And I thought, wow, I have those just popping up all over the place. We usually just cut them down. So I came home from our trip and I gathered them, and this was back in June. Again, it's the end of March now, and they've been doing just fine in this pot. I didn't realize they were an actual perennial, and now they're blooming, and it's really pretty. And I'm going to plant these in the ground soon. Once they stop blooming, I don't want to interrupt their bloom cycle. But you can see the pollinators, they like them too. They really are pretty, and when they're growing kind of just popping up in my yard in random places, they don't have nearly as many blooms. And I've been fertilizing this and treating it just like I would any other perennial, and it's rewarding me with some really pretty flowers. Here is what spiderwort looks like, just popping up in the yard. They're small. I think they did get hit with a lawnmower recently, but as you can see, they're pretty resilient, and they're not blooming right now. But if I wanted to, I could come up and I could dig them out of my yard, and I did that last summer. And I could make another pot of them. And I think it's pretty cool that I can have these wildflowers growing year-round in a nice kind of semi-shaded part of the yard. I don't know if they want full sun. They're growing okay here around the oak trees, and I've kept my pot underneath my pigeon peas, so it's gotten filtered sun. So here's one last example of a spiderwort that I planted last summer underneath the pigeon pea, and it seems to really like this location. So I'm going to add to it. And I think it's always nice when you can use, native plants and flowers in your garden, and it's so much easier than having to worry about what our humidity is going to do to the leaves and trying to fight insects and anything else that's going to make your job harder. Again, I'm a lazy gardener, so this was an exciting find for me, and I just thought it was amazing that I had to go across the country to realize that this was an actual perennial that people appreciate and put into their botanical gardens. So I'm going to start using it more in the yard, and I would love for you to keep an eye out for those kinds of wildflowers that you can use in the yard, and it makes your garden easier, and it benefits our native little bugs. So if you like my spiderwort, go ahead, like my video, send me a comment. What kind of wildflowers are you using in your yard? And I would love to hear from new friends. So thanks for watching, and you have a great day.